Hey literarians! Welcome to my channel Through English Lit. Here we're gonna have a walkthrough of some of the major topics and major stories of English literature, as prescribed by many universities in India. I will give you some tips and some tricks on how to answer and how to excel in your literature, in both Tamil and in English. If you want to learn more in Tamil, please click the link in the description below. Here you can like, share and subscribe. Now let's get into it. Today's short story is going to be The Land Where There Were No Old Men by John Err. John Err is a woman author. She was born and brought up in a suburb of London, meaning an area which is like a town in London City. She attended school in Croydon, that is also in London. She was born on January 1st, 1943. She wrote her first book when she was only 6 years old. And the first book which she published was Dance for Two when she was just 16 years old. She has published more than 170 children's books, including stories of Frankie Forrester, Er's novels, Secret Meeting, Publicists, and the Danger of Chat Rooms and the Internet. These are some of her major stories that she has published. This can be used as about the author in your writings. Now let's go into the text. What is The Land Where There Were No Old Men all about? So once upon a time, in a small little village, all the young people decided to kill all the old people, thinking that they had lived their life and were not needed anymore. Since the king was also young, he did not hesitate to give the orders of doing so. It was decided that anyone who reached the age of 50 or above should be killed. Thus, many wise, experienced old men were killed, and their wisdom went along with them. Among the young people, there was a kind, young-hearted man who took pity on his father. He felt after all his father had just brought him up, and he could not do without his father. He hid his father in the cellar of his house. He took care of all his father's needs. After a year or two, there was a terrible famine. Then it was time for the snow, but nobody had any seeds to grow. Everyone was worried, and no one was able to think of a solution. This young man was also worried. His father asked him what was the matter, and he narrated the whole situation to his father on how there was a famine and there was no place for seeds to grow. The old man had advised him to plow all the roadsides. The young man did exactly what his father said. The snow melted. After a few days, there were sprouts along the roadside. Everyone started rejoicing. He was so excited about the whole situation. Many people saw him and started talking about the whole situation. The news reached the king. The king called him to the palace one day and asked him how he got the idea. There he told the truth. The king called his father and asked what made him think that there would be seeds on the roadside. The old man replied, "When people carry grains in carts, some of them drop by the roadside." The king was impressed, and thereafter no old people were killed in that land. The king also rewarded the young man for being brave and keeping his father and obeying what he thinks that is right. This is the story of The Land Where There Were No Old Men by John Err. The questions that could be asked from this story is, why did the king order all the old men in the kingdom to be killed? What happened once all the old men were killed? What advice did the old man offer to his son? How did the king react after knowing about the old man's advice? What is the moral of the story? These questions can be used for your self-assessment to test what you have learned about the story. Now that is all for today. You gotta like, share, and subscribe and have fun. Bye!